As promised, here are those tahini and almond no-bake cookies, and they are delicious. So let's get started on this recipe. We're going to start with 2 cups of almond flour. You could use store-bought. I'm using homemade, and I'm doing a mix of finely ground almond flour and coarse ground just to give it a little bit more texture. Next, we'll mix in a half a cup of tahini. And again, this is the tahini I made in my last video. You could obviously use store-bought, so feel free to use what's convenient for you. To this, I'm going to add 1.5 tablespoons of maple syrup and then 1/4 of a cup of raw honey. You could also use like date paste if you want to keep this vegan. Next up is a teaspoon of salt. I like Redmond real salt. It's mined in Utah. It's a US product that doesn't have to be shipped from across the world just to get to us. So it does have minerals as well. It's a great salt. You should check it out. And lastly is a teaspoon of vanilla. Again, this is homemade vanilla. I do have a video if you want to learn how to save money and make your own vanilla. And then we're just going to combine this. It's a pretty dry dough, so if your dough whisk or spoon isn't working, feel free to use your hands, and you just want to combine everything nicely and then kind of form it into a dough ball. Depending on the size of your work surface, you may need to work in batches, so I split mine in half. And we'll just place that dough in between 2 sheets of parchment paper, and then we're going to roll it thin. So looking for about 1/4 of an inch to 1/2 an inch thick. You could use a rolling pin, your hand, a can of beans, whatever you have on hand to roll out that dough nice and thin. Then we're going to cut those out. I'm just using a little glass jar to make about a 2-inch size cookie and just cut those out. And just like any dough, once you get all of those done, you can take the leftover dough and roll it back out and make more cookies. Once you've used up all the dough and your cookies are all cut out, it's time to put them in the dehydrator. Now I set my dehydrator for 115 degrees. That keeps this considered a raw food. It did take about 24 hours for them to dehydrate. You could use an oven set at the lowest temperature setting. You just need to adjust your time. Once my dehydrator was done, these cookies are nice and crisp and they are super delicious. So they're just like these little tahini wafers and they're one of my favorite treats. You can satisfy that sweet tooth while still sticking with eating all whole foods that are really good for you. So I hope you give this a try. Let me know how it turns out.